Introduction. Lippmann, 1922, defines stereotype as a mental image that we create about a group of people, and this picture affects how we think about member of that group. People often stereotypes group based on gender, race, nationality, age, social status, and language. These stereotypes often misrepresent reality and make us judge and treat others unfairly. Stereotypes can influence what we believe, how we behave, and how we expect people from different backgrounds to act. Every country has its own set of stereotypes, and we will focus on those related to Indian culture. We will see how they influence our thoughts and how they may cause issue when we interact with Indians. Based on research and actual data, we will evaluate if these stereotypes really represent India and its people. We will look into three main types of stereotypes in India, which is gender, religion, and lifestyle. Types of stereotypes in India. Number 1, male-dominated stereotypes in employment. Number 2, gender stereotypes in advertising. Number 3, all Indians are Hindus. Number 4, caste-related discrimination. Number 5, arranged marriage. Number 6, colourful traditional daily outfit. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with the first stereotypes, male-dominated stereotypes in employment. Gender stereotypes in women's career opportunities in India have been persistent issue that perpetuate gender inequality and bias against women's contribution to the country's growth. Characteristic: biased perceptions of women's abilities leading to hiring, promoting, and salary discrimination. Women are underrepresented in STEM field, which is science, technology, engineering, and math. Women are regarded as potential business successor and honor. Agricultural is considered as a male-dominated industry in India. Comparison with reality. Global Gender Gap Report 2021 in World Economic Forum ranked India at 140 out of 156 in economic gender equality, with 22.3% women in the labour market and a 72% gender gap. That makes India rank 145 in women's income equality. Pew Research Center 2019 to 2020 survey discovered 1 in 6 Indian women felt discriminated due to their gender. Then United Nations Gender Inequality Index 2021 discover India's females labour force rate is 21%, far below the global median of 53%. It makes India rank at 123rd out of 162 countries. Biden and Co's India survey in 2022 discover Indian women entrepreneurs own 13.5 to 15.7 million enterprises and employ 22 to 27 million people. But this represents only 20% of all enterprises in India. Other than that, in distant times, on March 2022 reported that 84% of Indian women rely on agricultural for their livelihood, with over 70% engaged in livestock work. About 47% work in tea and cotton plantation, 45% in oilseed cultivation, and 39% in vegetable farming. Own preconception. Gender stereotypes in India have been significant impact on women's career opportunities. To promote gender equality, workplaces must adopt gender-sensitive policies and practices. Gender stereotypes often prevent women from pursuing male-dominated careers, and successful women are those who overcome this bias and discrimination. Okay, now let's continue with gender stereotypes in advertising. Gender stereotypes in Indian advertising have been a persistent problem that normalize sexism and promote gender inequality. These stereotypes reinforce traditional gender roles and cultural practices that are harmful to gender equality. Characteristic: women are depicted as young, attractive, and adhering to traditional beauty norms. Women are shown in private areas and men in public spaces, supporting gender right power dynamics. Women are portrayed as passive and submissive, while men appear active and dominant. Women are shown in traditional clothing and men in modern attire, reinforcing gender cultural norms. Comparison with reality. United Nations Women Survey 2022 and the You Don't See Me campaign June 2023 discover 87% respondent agreed that women are portrayed in traditional roles in their media. Earlier, UNICEF Regional Office for South Asia, UNICEF Program Division in New York, and UNICEF India with Gina Davis Institute on Gender in Media Research 2019 found that the most common gender tropes or stereotypes for female characters are the subservient wife and the pushy auntie. Meanwhile, domineering and controlling male and disinterest in domestic activities is a male characters. Female characters are often shown in living rooms and bedrooms, and male characters in offices, outdoor, and sporting events. On preconception, gender stereotype remains, including in India, perpetuated by individuals and industries. This stereotype must be challenged as they lead to gender inequality. Finding on gender stereotypes in Indians ads highlighted in the need for gender-sensitive commercial that challenge negative gender roles and promote gender equality. While some progress is noted, much effort remains to be done to combat misconceptions and promote gender equality.
One of the most important stereotype of India is all Indians are Hindus. Religion is a vital element in a daily life in India that includes a wide range of belief and practices. However, it's crucial to assess common stereotypes that associate all Indians with Hinduism in order to verify their accuracy and look into the consequences. Let me see about the characteristic of these stereotypes. Number one, all Indians are regarded as Hindu, which overlooks to religious diversity in the country. And number two is vegetarianism is believed to be a common lifestyle practiced by all Indians. And the last one is yoga and meditation are also associated solely to Hinduism. But there are a comparison with their reality. Beside Hinduism, other religions practiced in India are Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, and Sikhism, all of which have an impact on its current society. In India as well, religious practice are often associated with dietary restriction. For instance, devout Hindus are more likely to adopt vegetarianism. And about yoga and meditation, they are not inclusive to Hinduism. They are also practiced in other religions as well, like Buddhism and Jainism. But we have our own preconception. Despite India's religion diversity, the stereotype that all Indians are Hindu persists, leading to misconceptions and social problems. Dietary choices, yoga and meditation cross religious boundaries. In India as well, the caste-related stereotypes have deep historical roots and persist in various forms in contemporary society. These stereotypes are harmful because they perpetuate discrimination and social inequality. Let me see about the characteristic of these stereotypes. The caste system in India is stereotyped that have Brahmin, priests and teachers, Kshatriyas, meaning warriors and rulers, Vaishyas, farmers and merchants, and the last one is Shudras, meaning labor. The caste system has an impact on Indian society due to its historical significance, and the lower castes have endured discrimination and oppression as a result of the caste system. Now we can see the comparison with the reality. Actually, the caste system is a complex social hierarchy closely related to traditional Indian culture. While the caste system has historical relevance, it doesn't apply to all Indians actually, and effort to challenge and reform it continue. And lower castes such as Dalits, formerly known as untouchables, have endured economic exploitation, violence and social exclusion. But our own preconception, the caste system in India oppresses and humiliates the lower caste community, promoting discrimination and inequality. And it must be eliminated to achieve a more equitable society. Thank you.
The next stereotype is arranged marriage. The concept of arranged marriage creates images of loveless and choiceless relationship in which people, especially women, are forced into marriage. And India is often regarded as the birthplace of such arrangements. In the context of arranged marriage in India, families, matchmakers, and even astrologers play major roles in finding ideal life partners for individuals in the family. Unlike love marriage, where people choose their partners based on emotions, arranged marriage gives the couple little say regarding this marriage, as decisions are made on their behalf. Family members consider factors such as social status, financial stability, and compatibility before approving these unions. Arranged marriages are considered as agreements between families, with the stability and reputation of both families being prioritized over individual happiness. This stereotype is often portrayed in different kinds of media, including movies, TV programs, and literature. For example, Shrita Banerjee's book titled Arranged Marriages explores this theme. Individuals in Indian communities are also pressured to choose arranged marriages, and those who do not may be criticized or judged. Cultural and religious institutions also promote and assist arranged weddings through matrimonial services, which further reinforce the stereotype's prevalence. However, in 2018, a survey challenges this stereotype, with 93% of married Indians reported that their marriages were arranged. This is consistent with the insights presented in Roberts and Arnett's work, which is Communication Ethics Between Cosmopolitan and Provinciality, which estimates that 95% of the marriages in India are still arranged. This emphasized the persistence of this tradition despite Western influences and media portrayals. However, Indians are increasingly marrying for love. A report by Wedding Warrior India shows a 24% decline in arranged marriages in 2020. This shift can be linked to evolving attitudes among Indian families, changing perceptions of weddings, and the growing independence of young people who are actively involved in their wedding planning. We believe that arranged marriages in India are influenced by social hierarchies, particularly related to caste and social status. Arranged marriages are seen as a way to maintain or improve one's social status within a specific caste or community. A family might arrange a marriage within the same caste to ensure the preservation of their social standing. Arranged marriages also prioritize commitment more than romantic love. Couples are expected to develop affection and trust gradually over time through shared experience and mutual understanding. The focus on commitment is believed to make arranged marriages stronger and last longer. In conclusion, these preconceptions about arranged marriages in India show that they are shaped by cultural, economic, and social factors. These marriages are deeply rooted in Indian society, and it is influenced by tradition and change its values over time. Another prevailing stereotype associated with India is the belief that Indians dress in bright and colorful traditional clothing in their daily life, as often shown in Bollywood films. This preconceived belief implies that vibrant colors are a common feature of Indian clothing. The stereotype is most visible in media and popular culture, particularly in movies and other forms of entertainment. For example, in numerous Bollywood films, characters are frequently portrayed wearing intricately designed and brightly colored traditional garments, reinforcing the idea that such attire is common in everyday life. These cinematic representations serve to display perceptions of Indian clothing and contribute to the persistence of this stereotype. In 2017, Ranavadi's research on the role of saris in the Indian fashion indicate that most Indian women tend to wear saris only for festive and special occasions. These festive saris have more vibrant colors and elaborate designs compared to saris worn for non-festive occasions. Recent research by Nautiel and Atre offers valuable insights into the diversity in clothing choices among urban working Indian women. It shows that these women prefer Western business casual wear, which reflects a shift in clothing practices in India. While it's true that colorful traditional clothing is popular in India, the stereotype suggesting that Indians exclusively wear such outfits every day does not fully align with reality. It does not represent the overall clothing practices throughout the country accurately. In reality, clothing practices in India are influenced by various factors such as geographical location, climate, practicality, and occasions. The growing preference for Western business casual wear among many Indian working women illustrates the dynamic nature of clothing customs in the nation. Indian fashion has undergone changes, although not as drastically as their Western counterparts. It's primarily due to the preservation of traditional values by many Indian women. However, as time changes, even the most traditional apparels have been adapted to adopt an urban look without compromising on tradition. This shows how Indian traditional attire has adapted to modern preferences while preserving its cultural essence. Understanding the impact of stereotypes is crucial. Let's see how these stereotypes could hinder intercultural interactions. First, stereotypes can lead to discrimination. Second, stereotypes can create narrow and inaccurate perception of other people's cultures. Third, stereotypes can result in cultural insensitivity, in which outsiders make insensitive comments or jokes about a group's practices which can be offensive. And fourth, stereotypes can prevent people from learning from individuals from various cultures. People often have stereotypes about other cultures. These stereotypes are often based on partial truth and do not represent the complexity of a culture. We can challenge these stereotypes and promote cultural understanding by critically analyzing the information and being open to cross-cultural learning. Approach cultural differences with respect and curiosity rather than judgment. Appreciate the uniqueness and diversity of each culture.